Hi guys, it's Eileen coming at you from Just Kettlebells. We are coming into week 2 of our squat challenge. So we're moving on from body weight squats to goblet squats, which is with one bell. If you have not mastered the body weight squat with good form, then stick to where you are. If you have, start to introduce light weight. So you'd start light, and then if your form is good, then you can increase load. But again, our focus here is not on how much weight we're squatting or how many reps we're doing necessarily, but on getting proper form. So the form for a goblet squat is the same basically as the form for the body weight squat. You want to keep the same positions, but you're going to have to resist the pull of the weight. So you will hold the kettlebell either in this position, which is why they call it goblet squat. Looks like a goblet if you hold it by the handles. You could also hold it in this position. You can hold it like this. Really, any way that's comfortable for you is fine to hold the bell. What you don't want to do is rest the bell on the chest and squat that way, because then you're not supporting the weight. You can see how that automatically make you want to kind of flex your back, overextend your back, and then to hold the weight. So you want to hold the weight in front of the chest, not up here, so below the chin level, and you want to hold the weight in front of you and have it well supported. On the way down, you don't want to flare the elbows out, and for the regular goblet squat, we're not going to push the bell away from us. So what we want to do is keep that bell basically where it is over our feet through the whole progression of the squat. So if I start here, I want to keep that bell coming down in a line. At the bottom of the squat, I want to get my elbows on the insides of my knees, and then from here, I'm going to push up in one unit, squeeze the glutes, lock out at the top. From the front position, we want to make sure our knees don't cave in. We have a nice position. Again, we're not going to flare our elbows. We're going to keep our arms down. We're going to come down. We're going to sit back and up. So the movement starts by opening the knees and sitting back, and then up. So there's a couple ways to regress this. If you're having trouble with staying again, we can do some of the regressions that we did for the body weight squats and just use the weight now. So I can use the ball to help me keep upright. So that's one way to do it. Instead of putting the ball in front of us now, since we have a kettlebell in our hands, we can do a similar regression to having the ball in front by doing the push-out squat. So what we'll do here is we're going to push out as we come down and pull in as we come up. But that will help us keep upright. So that is another regression that will help if you're having trouble. If you're feeling that as you come over, you're tipping forward and the bell is coming in front of the knees. Again, we want the bell to stay over the feet on the way down and up. And then the last regression you can use, I'm not going to do it here, but you can have, if you're having trouble with the heels or getting enough depth, you can use a heel raise or a toe raise if that's your issue to help get deeper into the squat. As far as progressions, you can do a progression in front of the wall. And so really this should come, the bell should come all the way down the wall and all the way up. And then again, will help you from tipping over. You can, of course, do my favorite thing, which is to add a pause down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push through and up. Any length pause you want. And then you can do where you are doing an elevated squat. We did these as well. So you come down. And of course, if you really want to get fancy, you can do the Cossack squat, where you come down into one leg or the other. So those are some progressions and regressions for the goblet squat. If you have any questions, feel free to post in the comments, and good luck with your squats this week.